start? How do you fix a broken heart? How can we go back to rewrite this from the start? Back when our world glowed from just a spark. Just give me one more time. I'll swim through the high tide. I'll stand on the front lines. I'll give it all just to see your face and tell you it's alright to hold you for one night. Just give me one more time.
Allow us to go back now. Tim, who is still in LucasArts, has just finished Full Throttle and is now starting on a new project. Instead, however, of just making a new game on an aging engine like Scum, LucasArts want to make the jump to 3D. And taking inspiration from film noir and Day of the Dead, Tim would release one of his most original games and one of his most devastating flops. Grim Fandango was originally released back in 1998 using a brand new engine called Grime, or Grim E if you want to be technical about it, and would focus on Manny Calavera, who was paying off his debt by being a travel agent for the recently deceased, helping people reach their final destination, the Ninth Underworld. However, the packages he can sell them are based on their record when they were alive, and he's only getting assigned cheapskates. Meanwhile, his co-worker and rival Domino is making big sales. Having enough, Manny steals a client, and with the help of a big giant thing named Glottis and his pimped out car, is able to get a real client. The client is named Mechi, and despite having a diamond clean record, isn't offered anything and leaves before Manny can investigate further. It's then revealed that Mechi was a victim of a rigged system with Domino, Manny's boss Don Copel, and the criminal underworld. Manny then joins a fledgling resistance movement and sets out with Glottis to find Mechi. Grim Fandango uses pre-rendered 3D graphics, and the original version would actually use Tang-style mouse controls. I actually tried it and found controlling Manny to be seriously frustrating. So when Grim Fandango Remastered was released this year, it allowed the use of a point-click style similar to Full Throttle. It makes the game much easier to handle. Once I got to Rubicabra, I was blown away by how big the place is. I could have spent hours just wandering everywhere. It was almost too overwhelming in some cases. Well, maybe not needed for adventure veterans. I've never understood why there was never a hint feature similar to the Sam Max Telltale games. Hell, for something this big, a map wouldn't have hurt either. And don't get me started on Glottis, especially here.
Slam the front into the weeds, tub the rear end, dual blowers popping out of the hood.
Ugh, shut up! Grim Fandango will release at the end of 1998 and its sales were dead. It's believed the game sold upwards of 500,000 copies at best. What's worse, Grim Fandango had a budget of over $3 million. By this time the writing was obviously on the wall. Adventure games were done. LucasArts shut down their adventure game division, and this would be the time that Tim would leave LucasArts. Now, like I said before, Grim Fandango recently saw a remaster release thanks to Tim's new company in Double Fine. It does offer a widescreen option, but because the thing was pre-rendered, all it does is stretch the game. Play with the borders. And hell, there's even an achievement for playing it old school tank style. And it's available on PC and the PS4. 3D and adventure games just didn't mix, especially when other companies were using 3D for more action-based games like Quake, Half-Life, and Resident Evil. Hell, Sierra, the other major adventure game maker, were the ones who published the original Half-Life, showing them that adventure games, like their series King's Quest, were truly dead. Adventure games would die at the turn of the century and stay that way for well over a decade. Of course, we all know what Tim did a few years ago, but we have one more game to cover before that. So, see you then.